Hi, I'm Mark.
I'm Sarah.
And welcome to Hare's Furrow at Stop in the Sticks. One of the reasons we went for this whole oak finish and everything was actually the setting.
To squeeze all that in that you have done, it's taken a bit of thinking about.
Amazingly,
It worked.
It worked,
Yeah.
didn't it?
So in today's episode, Mark and Sarah are going to show us around their amazing holiday accommodation, talk us through the design process and give us some top tips of how to turn your garage envelope into a usable space. Hi Mark.
Hi Charlie, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you. Sarah, nice to see you.
Hi, Charlie.
Wow, look at this. It's amazing. The last time I saw you was in about 2017 at the Country Fire Show.
Yeah, a long time ago now.
This is all an idea at that point. I can't wait to see inside.
I'd love to show you, so where are we going?
Fantastic. Wow, this is an amazing space. Tell me about it.
We'd been looking for sort of a passive income from a holiday let, probably, but we didn't really know quite what we wanted. Went around the various sort of exhibitions, that's where we first met you guys. And we created this whole social space. Works really well for a holiday let. On the face of it, it seems relatively small in terms of its footprint. We've actually managed to fit 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, all of a decent size as well, and a utility room, and a downstairs loo.
Gosh.
We did work very closely with you guys to actually get us to that point where we maximise the space.
Well, I do remember the design process and spending a lot of time just trying to make everything work and get it right, because it's not a massive space, is it?
No.
So to squeeze all that in that you have done,
Yes.
it's taken a bit of thinking about.
We'd never worked with oak before, we didn't know how the design process worked. It's something we'd always wanted to do, actually. We love the look of it, we love the feel of it and everything that it gives you. How the A-frames and everything work, we had no idea. That's where we worked very closely with Zoe. She came up with some great suggestions as well.
You did,
didn't she?
yeah.
Yeah, so we're really pleased.
Was there anything you had to consider for downstairs for holiday accommodation?
The main thing really is a maximum of 8 people that it sleeps here. Managing 8 people in a space like this, it's clear you have to have a delineation in terms of where each thing, so the kitchen, the dining area, and the sort of soft area, and as it happens, this beam was the perfect way of delineating all of that.
Give you your fake wall.
Everything this side is TV and soft area, everything this side is eating area. So, yeah, that was a consideration.
Yeah,
wasn't
it was practical things rather than what you personally choose yourself, I think.
So we have the 3 bedrooms upstairs and bedroom downstairs, which is great because it gives us disabled access as well.
Oh wow.
That was a consideration in terms of how we market the property as well. Working with you guys, making sure that each of the rooms is a good double as opposed to a really tight fit. Amazingly, it worked, didn't it? It was quite impressive. So.
It looks brilliant and the frame works very well in splitting the space again, doesn't it? Just looking around.
Each room with its relatively large bathroom and an area for a dressing area.
Yeah.
So guests can sort of feel very comfortable in their own bedrooms and stuff, so yeah.
So this is the master bedroom and I did not expect this much space. Again, this is still loosely based on our garage range, the Winchester. So you do have the meter upstand, which provides some more space.
It's worked fantastically well because it enables us to get more sort of cavernous space in terms of the ceiling height, which gives the room even more gravitas.
Yeah.
Enables us also to then start introducing more of the sort of oak details with the A-frames and stuff. Our guests love them.
So the upstand, we mean just by increasing the roof height by a meter, which obviously gives you some more space here to accommodate the various elements. Obviously in here you can get the bed closer to the ceiling.
It's amazing the difference actually, that 1 metre makes the floor space.
Huge.
Absolutely astonishing.
Well, a video we did at my garage, you can see how that compares and there's how much more space this does provide, which is great. Now we're in one of the second bedrooms, which is a twin room.
It's probably a good example of how the A-frame works actually, and how it sort of helps split the room up. But we were really pleased with how these came out, didn't we?
Yeah, they do look fantastic.
I mean, as a feature, they look fantastic as well. And also, you can see there how that extra metre from the upstand. Without that, this room wouldn't work, to be fair.
You'd probably be a metre and a half at least back in the room, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And it's such a small thing, but it does make such a difference.
It really works.
Such a difference.
The property's set in this beautiful garden, but the garden was here before and you added the house.
One of the reasons we went for this whole sort of oak finish and everything was actually the setting and that whole sort of country vibe about it. And it sits really well in terms of the size and its footprint. And the proportions work really well, yeah.
Works perfectly, blends in beautifully with the backdrop.
Yeah, and as time's gone on, actually, the oak has mellowed into the sort of countryside setting as well.
Sarah, thank you so much for the tour today. It's been absolutely amazing. I've loved having a look around. With our videos, we always have a talk about top tips.
Okay.
Anything that you can advise for our top tips?
When you're building these oak frame buildings, your other trades, when you're considering who you might employ for the other trades, I would say make sure that they have some experience of working with oak frame buildings.
Yeah.
Because there are certain quirks about them that they need to be aware of and to consider. When you're considering your space, I would consider it from the very onset. In our instance, because with a tourist accommodation, it's about maximising the space, but doing it in a way which is sensitive to how people feel when they're in there, that you don't want to cram everything in. And again, from the sort of commercial tourism aspect, be very mindful about your target audience, families, groups, etc. And don't forget, it's actually becoming a very competitive market. So anything you can do which gives you some sort of edge, even from a sort of aesthetic point of view, which is frankly one of the reasons why we went with oak frame anyway, because we felt that actually this is going to be quite special, then definitely take that into consideration as well.
And how did the guests feel about the house? What's their feedback?
It's been very positive, hasn't it?
Oh yes, very impressed with the aesthetics of it.
These properties, you don't really get to stay in these properties with the oak, unless you have one yourself. And they love the material, they love the very idea of the oak frame. They want to know all about how it's built, how traditional it looks, who's done it, all those sorts of things. They absolutely love it.
I hope you've enjoyed today's episode looking around Stopping the Sticks, looking at what you can do from the shell of one of our garage range to evolve it into a usable space. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment to give us some feedback of what you want to see next. And obviously, follow all our other social media platforms.